So, why should you listen to me talking about philosophy? I am one of those people who uh, got into philosophy and studying it for real at university because of a passion for philosophy. And also because there was nothing else I was any good at, and I had no idea what to do with my life. And in fact, I was contemplating either committing suicide or going into philosophy. And obviously, I got into philosophy and got to study it. And in 2005, I got a master's degree on philosophy, and later I studied a bunch of other things. And in 2012, I got the proper credentials to teach philosophy at Finnish high schools. And beyond that, I studied related subjects. So I've studied this stuff and quite a bit. So that might be one reason. Also, the fact that I don't speak English as my native language may actually be a good reason why you, if you also don't speak English as your native language, might want to listen to me talk about it. Because sometimes, at least, it is easier for non-native speakers to understand another non-native speaker. For one, I speak slower, probably, than most, at least, native-speaking YouTubers. So that might be a reason to listen to me. I intend to make these videos kind of a slow-paced, so that it should be easy for pretty much anyone to follow these. And I'll try to explain all these things about philosophy also in pretty simple language. So, again, bunch of reasons you might want to listen to me. The goals and contents of this course or video series are mostly based on the Finnish national curriculum for the first mandatory course on philosophy in Finnish senior high schools. And beyond the curriculum, I'm also going to be relying heavily on books and, well, digital and paper books that are being used or have been used in the past in Finnish high schools, and possibly some other materials that I'm going to rely on. And I'm just going to read from my adaptation of the Finnish national curriculum for this course that I have just now written. So the aim of this course is that the student or viewer forms an understanding of the nature and methods of philosophy by getting to know philosophical problems and their possible solutions. Learns to assess the truth of statements, understanding the structure of the statements, and evaluating their validity. Knows the working methods of philosophy, such as questioning assumptions, classifying and defining concepts, and using thought experiments and counterexamples. And delves into some key philosophical questions and related conceptual distinctions. And the key contents of this course are supposed to be what is philosophy, philosophical questioning and thinking in the tradition of philosophy and current topics. The basics of coherent argumentation and valid reasoning. Key philosophical questions and distinctions such as spirit and matter, freedom and necessity, conceptual and empirical, objective and subjective, and the difference between knowledge and information, common knowledge and scientific knowledge, and science and pseudoscience. That's one of my favorite subjects, actually. And finally, the nature of knowledge and argumentation in different fields of knowledge, how statements are formed, tested, and justified in some upper secondary school subjects. I'm not sure if I can really get into that one, but let's see. So the planned structure for this course, at present anyway, is as follows. After this, first I will go over some basic distinctions within philosophy. Then I'll cover some philosophical questions in everyday life. I'll explain or try to explain what philosophical or critical thinking is like, what is required of it. Then I'll introduce you to epistemology, or the theory of knowledge, or the subject of knowledge as studied by philosophers. Then I'll cover the philosophy of science, and also I'll be talking about pseudoscience in that context. Then I'll provide some views on epistemology, mostly historical and historically important views that are basically part of common knowledge that you ought to have, at least by the time you've graduated from high school. And then I'll provide an introduction to metaphysics and also to ethics, which is something that Finnish first introductory courses on philosophy might actually not include, because ethics has a separate, also mandatory course in Finnish high schools. But I think that ethics is such a big and important part of philosophy that a course that is an introduction to philosophy in general ought to have also at least some basic introduction to ethics as well included in it. So that's my plan. Let's see how that works out. I have no idea how many videos I'm going to have to make on each of these subjects, but we'll see. See you next time.